Hey guys, Rob with Ride Philippines here. So it is Monday morning. I'm in the hours countdown of leaving for my trip to Bohol. I got a ferry that I'm catching 10 o'clock tonight, so I'll ride out about 8 o'clock to get to the boat, and then I'm gonna, do a speed run down to Mindoro. Based on ferry scheduling, I need to take a night trip, and then tomorrow I'll take the morning ferry to Panay and really start my ride there. But what I wanted to do is kind of do a follow-up video because I think there were some areas of the Chigee SR-1 that maybe needed a little bit more information, and just kind of the concept of BSD in general. My video was kind of long, my last one. Kind of turned into a TED Talk, but there's a lot to cover, and there's a lot of nuance associated with blind spot detection systems. So I try, to give my perspective. What I do here on my channel is kind of try to do deep dives on things, not just a cursory examination, but kind of something more broad, more detailed, more information. I can generally find something wrong with almost anything. Does it mean it's a flawed product? Absolutely not. But there's certain aspects of the Chigee that I kind of wanted to provide some clarity on. But the first thing I want to talk about is kind of a philosophical idea. And again, this is kind of based on some emails, some comments, stuff like that. So there's guys out there that have kind of this, nothing beats your mirrors and, shoulder checks. And, that's an argument. That's a fair argument, I suppose. That should always be our default primary writing technique. But statistics say differently. Statistics say that BSD detection on a vehicle decreases collisions by 24 to 58% depending on the study. So, you can take that, you can have that point, that's fine. I'm not going to argue that with you. That's the extent of my argument. The fact that those numbers are out there and people are engaged and interested in this product. So from that perspective, I'm gonna cover it. If you don't like the idea, and it kind of extends beyond BSD, people don't like the rear camera switching. Why are you watching your cameras on your motorcycle? Stuff like that. Why are you using CarPlay, Android Auto? Why are you listening to music? I don't want to hear that argument. I don't care. Those comments are lost on me. I don't give a shit. Okay, so I'm gonna. But from BSD, I thought it deserved attention based on the statistics. BSD sensing is effective and proven method to reduce collisions on the road. It's that simple. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is kind of my perspective on analyzing BSD technology. I have some experience with other systems, but I probably should have framed this a bit clearer because it kind of gets muddied when I start doing comparison of features that Chigee doesn't even have and referencing those features on another system. To be honest, it's a little unfair, and I should have probably taken a different approach. Particularly if you're running AIO5 and AIO6 and you want to add BSD technology to your motorcycle, the Chigee SR-1 is absolutely a fantastic product in that scenario. We can argue about some nuance, some tweaks in certain alert scenarios and distance ranges and what its real performance is. But the fact of the matter is it delivers exceptional performance as a BSD system, and it integrates with the AIO5, AIO6, thus replacing your cameras and far outperforming cameras for BSD. That's a no-brainer. It is what it is. So when I start getting in the weeds and talking about little aspects of the SR1, that's not to criticize the product. That's just to highlight my observations and potentially create some awareness for some product improvement. Okay, that's what that's about. But if you have never run a BSD system and you have a Chigee AIO5, AIO6, and you buy this thing and you put it on there, you're going to be freaking ecstatic because it's very, very good. So I need to kind of be clear about that. The only real shortcoming, like I said, in my personal experience, was on rear collision warning. So the next thing I want to kind of talk about is this kind of design choice that Chigee made. So they did a couple things. They wanted to create one kit that works as a standalone system, so it has LED indication as part of the kit, and it also integrates with AIO5, AIO6. So what that means is you end up having two pathways for the alert to be presented to you. Okay, the first pathway is the BSD processor identifies the alert or generates the alert. It travels up an electrical wire and hits an LED and flashes in your face. That's the first path. The second path is for that same signal to go to the Bluetooth module on the CPU or on the SoC system on chip processor, and then go get communicated to the display screen, be processed by the software on the Chigee AIO5, AIO6, and then present on the display. Those are two distinct different paths. And there's not only the possibility, so clearly there's a possibility that those signals can have timing or result differences, or different outcomes, if you will. And I see that if you look at like snippets online of the SR-1, the early, little Facebook snippets, you will see contradictions between the amber LEDs and the screen displays. Now it looks minimal. I saw it on my ride maybe once or twice, generally at slow speed and a lot of congested traffic. I think I was at a toll booth when it happened. That's not to say it's a problem on the SR-1, but it's to say that that's objectively what happens. You have, and there's a possibility for you getting contradictory results on indication, and at one point you got to decide which one's true and why do you have do you want to see contradictory indications in your face for a safety indication? I kind of outlined that because I got a question from a guy. He's like, I just want to install the BSD radar and hitch it up to my display, and I don't want any LEDs on my bike. And I haven't disconnected the LEDs to prove that that works, but I'm like 99% sure it will. The LED indicators are simply two wire connections, so they either provide power or ground, and they switch power or ground. If you disconnect that, there's absolutely no reason why it should take out the BSD system. So, but I'll prove it. I tend to be kind of like a cover all bases kind of guy, so I'll disconnect my LEDs and run that test at some point. But logic says it will work. Now at that point, you're going to forego that alert creation path, which I would argue is probably the more reliable one, and you're going to start relying on your indications that you get on your display. You just need to be aware that it is what it is. And some people kind of speculate like, well, why didn't we get a base kit that works that way? That doesn't include the LEDs. I would argue, it becomes a business decision. They wanted to create a product. Maybe they wanted to consider liability a little bit. In this case, we have a lot of failure points to BSD on the screen display path, right? We can have failure in Bluetooth connectivity on the BSD module. We can have failure on the device. We can have screen failure. We can have power failure. There's just so many ways that we can impact that signaling and not achieve BSD on a display screen. And obviously if the display screen is off, then you don't have any indications as well. So I think Chigee probably, made a decision that we want to at least provide, compel the option, or mandate the option that you have standalone LED alerting on the bike available to you. And if you choose not to use it, that's on you. So it kind of makes sense, I suppose, once you go with a wireless connection scheme for the display, then it makes sense to make something more reliable and make that as a standard part of the kit. That's it. That's kind of my coverage on that. Let's see, what else did I want to cover? Like I said, the only thing right now where I have a concern with the sensor is rear collision warning. I think what Chigee did is they went very conservative with their alert. logic, algorithms to wholly minimize false positives. And they have achieved that. Let me tell you, I don't think I had any false positives. So that's a strategy. Now, when I talk about Alien Rider and they have their level 2 sensors and you get cautions further back in the detection window or further away from the motorcycle in their detection window, that comes with some trade-offs. It tends to have more false positives, especially further away from the radar sensor. So, you know, that's kind of what you're dealing with. Those are kind of what the trade-offs are when you start talking about how you, you know, scheme or design your alert systems. And like I said, I'll reiterate, if you have no awareness of, you know, no experience with BSD systems, and you threw a Chigee SR-1 on your motorcycle and just drove it, you would be ecstatic with the performance. I need to reiterate that. Like I said, with the exception of rear collision warning. That was kind of like the one area where I'm like, I don't see that performance yet. I think it could be better. But everything else, all the lane change assist, even though I didn't see anything happening back at the 70 meter range, it still worked fantastic. One thing you need to understand about the alerting scheme is we have the sensor range. So the sensor has some maximum distance, and I don't know what Chigee sensor is, but I'm kind of familiar with 2 transmitter, 4 receiver sensors, and they're typically going to be in the 70 to 80 meter range. Now what you have to do is you have to build your alerting logic within that range, and then you also have to account for vehicle speed and target speed and relative speed and positioning and target identification and target filtering, and all that stuff has to happen within the maximum window of the sensor. So, and then again, you know, we don't have the absolute facts as to what's happening here. Is the BSD sensor, is it 70 meter capable? So can it start generating data at 70 meters? Or does it start at 80 meters and then we can start getting at 70 meters, we can start getting alert decisions? There's latency in the sensor. It needs to look at traits of the target, speed. It needs to identify the target, figure out if it's a real target on the road, if it's a motorcycle, something we need to pay attention to, or if it's just some other object that's fixed on the side of the road. All that discernment has to happen, and then it generates the alert. Now that happens very, very quickly. We're talking about as a matter of milliseconds, about 250 milliseconds to process 2 to 3 frames of BSD data and then do the analysis on it. Now you say 250 milliseconds, that's not that much, but you know, when you start considering relative speed of the target, that can nominally be 3 to 4 meters of distance, you know, and it can be more than that if that target has a very high closure rate. But generally it's negligible for average traffic, average closing rates or normal closing rates or speeds. So that's something else to consider. But again, I'm not saying that the Chigee has a problem with lane change assistance. I'm just saying my experience so far, the performance has been great, but I haven't seen those conditions to where we get maximum detection with lane change alerts at the 70 meter point of the sensor. I still got a lot of riding to do. I have done one ride, but I kind of wanted to be clear about that. I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk about. Hopefully this video makes sense. It probably only makes sense in the context of if you watched the first one. But anyway, that's a little bit more information on the Chigee SR-1. Thanks for watching.